NetPlus Reports gives you access to analysis results, monitor production, verify quality of ingredient shipments, or get an update on latest analysis. The main functionality of NetPlus Reports is to generate product reports and target reports. Log into NetPlus using your internet browser at netplus.perten.com. Click on NetPlus Reports and log in using your email address and password. To generate product reports or target reports, start by selecting the analysis results to display. This is done on the home page. Filter on time range, products, and instruments. In this first example, I'll start by selecting the time range as last year's data, and then I'll select one of my instruments and the product poultry feed. In the count column next to the instrument, it now displays that we have 30 poultry feed samples that will be included in the report. If desired, I can enter a name of my report, poultry feed, and this will be displayed as the header of the report. When I click on Create Product Report, a new tab is created in the web browser. The product report displays charts for each parameter, moisture, protein, and fat, and each analysis is represented as a dot in the chart. The chart shows predictions over time. If targets and limits are set up on the instrument, these are also displayed as lines in the chart. To hide a chart, click on the arrow above it. At the bottom, there is a summary table available which displays the number of samples, the average, and the standard deviation for each parameter. By expanding the table, details of all samples are shown. These include the instrument, the sample ID, product, and the date of analysis, as well as predictions of all parameters. Sort the table by clicking on the header, and charts will be updated instantly. In this example, the data is sorted by fat content. Similarly, we can also generate a target report based on the same analysis. Again, by writing the name of the report, this will be displayed as the header. By clicking on Create Target Report, a new tab will be obtained in the browser. The target report includes one chart for each parameter. It displays the deviation between the target and analysis result for each sample. Samples which are close to the target will have small bars being close to 0. Also, the target report includes a summary table at the bottom, which displays the number of samples, the average and the standard deviation for the NIR, target, and the difference between those for each parameter. If the table is expanded, further details are shown for all samples. In this next example, I'll select barley samples measured on several instruments, and I will start by selecting the time range. I will select the first 3 instruments where the same samples have been measured on all units. In the drop-down menu, I can select the type of profile or the product property to work with, and in this case I will select the analysis profile. There are 2 ways of selecting the product. Either you can filter on the product name by writing the first letters, or you can click on Show Table to display a complete list of all products where you can select one or several of them. The count indicates the number of samples available, 135 samples in total, which is 45 samples per instrument serial number. The parameter order can be changed by dragging and dropping the parameter buttons. Parameters can also be excluded from the report. A product report for barley is now generated as a new tab in the browser. This report will enable us to monitor 3 instruments simultaneously. Use the view mode to the right to select how to display measurements according to your preference. The single line chart that is selected will display all measurements in the same chart over time. Selecting the combined chart will display all measurements in the same chart, but a separate series in different colors. The multiple charts will display separate charts for each instrument and parameter. To view sample details, click on the sample in the chart and view the sample details to the right. Besides the sample ID, instrument serial number and predictions, also custom fields or attributes are shown. These are user-defined fields which can be entered at the time of analysis. This could, for instance, be supplier or variety of a sample. By clicking on Exclude, the sample will be removed from the charts and also grayed out in the table. As the barley data includes custom fields or attributes such as suppliers and varieties, it is possible to further customize the report by selecting, for instance, only samples from Manchester S1. This will now generate a report based on only these 27 samples. This report now only includes the 27 samples from Manchester, and by clicking on a sample, details are shown to the right. This shows the supplier, the variety, and any note that has been entered by the operator. The instrument log includes bias adjustments and calibration updates made during the selected time period and data. By clicking on it, a pop-up window appears with the changes made. The instrument log is also included in the PDF report, which can be generated. Results can be exported to CSV format for further use in Excel or other applications. The report can also be printed to PDF format. A PDF file is generated as a new tab, and this includes the charts and the summary table, as well as the instrument log. At last, I'd like to show the instrument statistics page. It provides an overview of all instruments and all products that I have access to. It summarizes the number of samples per product type and the date of the first and last measurements. To summarize, the main functionality of NetPlus Reports is to generate product reports and target reports. Start by selecting the analysis results to include on the home page. Filter on time range, instruments, products, parameters, and attributes. Once the report has been generated, further customize it by selecting the view mode of your preference. Study sample details or the instrument log, which includes bias adjustments and calibration updates. Print results to PDF format or export to CSV.